Hey Ellie, can you come clean my place tonight?
Why me? Can you do it yourself?
No, I'm too busy. I'm swamped with work documents. Also, there's laundry piling up. Can you please do that too?
Hold on. I have plans tonight. I have things to do at home too.
You can do those later. You said you wanted to be a housewife, right? Think of it as practice.
That's different from what we're talking about.
Oh, come on, we're planning to get married. You should help your future husband.
We're not married yet, are we? And if you want to ask a favor, isn't there a better way to do it?
Ugh, don't be so picky. I just want you to be a partner I can rely on. That's why I'm asking.
You say rely on, but you're completely ignoring my plans.
Hey, don't get worked up. It helps me out and gives you good practice. It's good for both of us, right?
How's this good for both of us?
Okay, I get it. Forget the cleaning then. But can you at least do the laundry? I don't have any clean shirts for tomorrow. I'm in trouble.
Why not use the washing machine? If it's urgent, there's a laundromat. Can't you do it yourself?
Oh, come on. It's embarrassing for a guy to go to a laundromat.
That's the reason?
No, it's not about my pride. If you do it, I can focus more on my work.
Is that really all? It sounds like you're just pushing everything onto me.
What's with your twisted thinking? You're making me sound selfish. I'm asking for your future too, you know?
I don't see how this is for my benefit at all.
Fine, forget it. I'll do it myself. But if you keep this attitude after marriage, won't we have problems?
Are you serious?
Yeah, married couples are supposed to take care of each other, right? If you can't show that now, it makes me worried.
Taking care of each other isn't one person constantly relying on the other, right?
Oh, forget it. Just forget what I said. I just want you to think about me more.
I feel the same way, hearing what you've been saying.
I really enjoyed spending time today. I'm grateful.
What's up suddenly? You say so sentimentally, it's kind of embarrassing.
Thank you for coming out to meet my parents today. They were really looking forward to it. How did you like the restaurant? Did you enjoy the food and atmosphere? Mom really recommended that place and made reservations a week in advance.
I did, thanks. The food was amazing and the place was lovely. The dessert was especially impressive. It looked beautiful and tasted heavenly. I even took pictures.
I'm glad you liked it. Mom was so excited, saying I'm sure Ellie will love it. Mom and Dad seemed really pumped up and were quite energetic the whole time. I hope you enjoyed it, at least a bit.
Oh, I had a great time. The conversation was so interesting, I lost track of time. But you know, your parents seem quite different from you. Maybe there are similarities I didn't notice?
Oh, I can see why you think that. Actually, I've always been told I take after my grandfather. But don't Dad and I both talk nonstop in the same way? He especially has always drawn people in with his way of speaking. And that's how he built up his successful business. It's thanks to his hard work that we have our current lifestyle.
His way of speaking was very convincing, and he had such a wealth of topics that I was naturally drawn in. I can see why he succeeded in business. My dad used to say something similar. People who can speak well succeed in any world.
Yeah, so true. I heard your late dad ran a company too. That's amazing. And it's surprising it's a major corporation dating back to hundreds of years.
Yes, but after my parents passed away in the accident, my uncle took over the company, and I haven't really been involved.
Oh, really? But haven't you ever thought about getting involved in management? I think carrying on your family's tradition is something special.
I don't understand management. My uncle quit his job to take over the company. There's no room for me to get involved now.
I see. But you inherited assets from your parents, right? That must be enough.
Yeah, it's enough. Thanks to that, I was able to go to university.
You were in middle school when they passed away, right? Who managed the inheritance until you became an adult? Was it protected from unauthorized use?
My grandparents looked after me. They managed the inheritance properly, so everything was fine.
Oh, good.
But it was hard without my parents. That's why I was so happy your parents were so nice to me. Especially when your mom said to think of her as my real mom. That made me so happy.
You can think of my parents as your own.
That makes me happy. It was nice hearing all those stories, including you as a child. You were brilliant since you were young, huh?
I was good at studying. I always intended to take over my parents' business. I never slacked off in my efforts to become a respectable CEO. I worked hard at economics, understanding how society works, and foreign languages.
Wow, you're amazing.
Well, I'm an only son. I felt that I should inherit the family business. My parents thought so too.
It's because you're so capable that they felt confident enough to entrust the company to you. That's really impressive.
No, it's not that special. Well, it's the biggest in my hometown, though.
It's amazing how they built it up from nothing. That alone deserves respect, and it shows how hardworking they are. It must have been a constant struggle. Achieving all this couldn't have been easy.
I'm so happy to hear you say that. They were really tough, working around the clock. They sacrificed so much to get where they are today. As a child, I remember they were rarely home because they came back so late. But when they were home, no matter how tired, they never failed to pay attention to me.
Now that's wonderful. Making time for you despite being tired shows how family-oriented they are. Growing up seeing that, do you have the same mindset?
Of course. Seeing their example made me want to value family time too. No matter how busy work gets, I'm determined not to sacrifice my family. I think you'd agree with that way of thinking, right?
Of course. That's why I want to marry you. I've always wanted to be with someone who values family.
I'm glad to hear that. Since my family is quite well off, your late parents would have surely approved. And I hope they're happy in heaven.
Oh, I'm sure they're watching over us. They'd be relieved to know I'm marrying someone as good as you. People like you are rare.
It really puts me at ease to hear you say that.
By the way, you'll come visit their grave with me next week, right?
Of course. I want to properly pay my respects and make a vow before their grave. I want to tell them I will definitely make you happy. That's the most sincere thing I can do.
Thank you. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to hear that, and I'll have to work hard too to be worthy of that vow. Toby? My gosh, that was crazy. Are you okay now? I'm worried.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little bump on my shoulder, nothing life-threatening. Still, it was scary, wasn't it? I'm just glad it didn't hit me directly. If that tree had fallen on me, I might have ended up needing an ambulance.
That's true. Seriously, who would have thought a tree would fall over while we were visiting a grave? I was so freaked out I couldn't even move. There hasn't been heavy rain or anything, and yet that big tree just toppled over. It's strange and a bit unsettling.
Well, the tree did look really old. It's probably been weathered by years of rain and wind. Maybe the roots are rotten.
That might be true, but that was planted back in my great-grandfather's time. It can't be more than 90 years old. Could it really weaken so much in just a few decades?
When you put it that way, it does seem odd. But what other reason could there be? I think it's just a coincidence.
What if it was some kind of warning?
Come on, are you saying it was done by ghosts or something? I don't believe in that kind of stuff. And seriously, trees don't just fall on people every day. It's just bad timing.
I like to think even the things we can't see have meaning. Maybe it's a message we're supposed to pay attention to.
So what? You think your parents are trying to curse me or something?
That's not what I'm saying at all. Sometimes when something important is about to happen, we get a warning to slow down or rethink things.
A warning, huh? So you think this is some kind of sign?
Yeah, like maybe it's saying, take a moment to reflect before rushing into things.
Don't you think you're overthinking it? There's no deeper meaning behind a tree falling over. It's just wear and tear. That's it.
No, it can't be that's it. Sorry, I'm just really shaken up. I mean, how often does something like this happen?
It's a coincidence, nothing more. There's no hidden message here.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Anyway, now that I've introduced myself to your parents, shouldn't we start planning the wedding?
Oh, about that. Could we wait a little longer?
What? We agreed we'd get married after meeting your parents.
I know, but with the incident, I'm starting to feel like maybe the timing isn't right. It might not be good luck to get married right now.
You're still stuck on that?
I just have this uneasy feeling.
What are you even talking about? That doesn't make any sense. Come on, let's just get married already.
I'm not saying we have to wait forever. Can we at least wait until the start of next month?
I can't wait that long. We agreed to get married, so stick to it. This is why women are so frustrating. Always indecisive.
Why are you in such a rush anyway?
My parents are pressuring me.
And why is that? If there's a reason, just tell me. Is there really such a need to rush marriage?
Does it matter? Do you really need to question every little thing? The important thing is that my parents want to feel secure about me settling down. They just want their only son to settle into a stable life. You should understand that, shouldn't you? Besides, they're pretty impatient. If we don't act quickly, they'll get upset. And if I drag my feet, I'll be the one who gets yelled at.
I see. But if that's the case, you should have told me sooner. Being rushed out of nowhere doesn't give me time to mentally prepare. Plus, I'm going to be really busy for the next few days. Work is packed, and I'm not sure I'll have time to go apply for a marriage license.
Well, we can start the process online, so it won't take long once we go to the government office. Does it help you?
Sure, let's do that. I'll come to your place later and we'll work on it. And I'll make time to visit the government office during my lunch hour or something. It's supposed to be a once-in-a-lifetime event, so I want to enjoy every step.
Of course. Hope we can get the license ASAP.
Don't worry. I'll make sure everything is handled. I'll call the office to make an appointment now.
Alright then. That's settled. I'll leave it to you.
Got it. You see, there's nothing to worry about.
I'm relieved to hear. So I'll see you tonight.
Sure. But make sure you plan out what's next, too.
Honey, I can't wait to start living with you.
Huh?
You're excited about it too, right? Now that the marriage license is done, why don't you move in with me? I'm really looking forward to living with you.
Wait. Move in with you meaning move into your parents' house? Are you saying we'd be living with your parents? You never mentioned that before.
Well, I didn't say anything earlier, but I actually can't leave them due to some circumstances. So naturally, it just kind of ends up that way.
Why can't you? I need to know.
It's for them. To be honest, there's something I lied about before. Now that we're set to tie the knot, I feel like I can finally tell you everything I've been hiding from you.
Lied? Hiding from you? What do you mean?
The parents you met, they're not actually my real parents.
What the hell?
They were actors I hired. I wanted my family to seem impressive before the wedding, so I staged it.
Hold on. So the whole wealthy family story was a lie too?
Yeah. The truth is, my real family isn't rich at all. In fact, we're in debt. A lot of debt. I was scared you'd leave me if you knew the truth, so I lied.
I can't believe this. Why would you do that?
At first, I was desperate not to lose you. I thought if I showed off, I could win you over, and I figured once I gained your trust, I could come clean.
Do you really think that shows trust in me? Or did you just think I wouldn't be able to leave once we came this far?
No, that's not it at all. But now that I've told you everything, you can forgive me, right?
Forgive you? After all these lies, why do you think forgiveness is even on the table?
My parents need full-time care, and we're $150,000 in debt. I'm sorry for hiding it until now.
Wow. Good thing I'm not legally tied to you yet. It's not that hard to run away.
Wait, what? But haven't you decided on your wedding dress and paid a deposit at the venue?
Nope. I've still been contemplating.
What? So why did you tell me that you did?
I said maybe. Big difference.
Why are you hesitating about this marriage? If you haven't done anything, you should have told me.
I didn't lie though, unlike you.
Oh, shut up.
You lied to me, Toby. You deceived me. Do you really think you're in any position to blame me?
I was desperate, okay?
You chose me because you thought my family inheritance might save you. Disappointing. And the fact that I don't have parents just made it more convenient for you, huh?
No, that's not it. I want to marry you because I love you. I never planned to rely on you for my parents or the debt. I'm going to handle it myself.
If that's true, then why lie? Why not just be honest from the start? Lying like this only shows you had an ulterior motive. Congrats. You've completely destroyed my trust in you.
I'm sorry. I was just scared of losing you, Ellie. I was a coward. You're right. I should have told you everything from the start. You're not the kind of person who'd leave me just because I have parents who need care, right?
Oh, I'd absolutely leave you. In a heartbeat.
What? How can you?
Because you lied so much, I can't trust a single word you say anymore. Did you really think I'd feel trapped once we got married and wouldn't leave? Even if we were legally married, finding out the truth would have led to a divorce anyway. This is basically marriage fraud.
I've lost all respect for you.
Excuse me?
I didn't think you'd be this cold. I loved you because I thought you were kind and compassionate. Turns out you were hiding your true colors all along.
Why are you acting like the victim here? I'm the one who should be angry right now.
Where are you and what are you doing? You're not answering my calls. I've got a lot I need to talk to you about. I even went to your office earlier.
Oh no, why?
You weren't picking up your phone or responding on WhatsApp, so I had no choice but to go in person. It's not like I wanted to do this, you know?
Oh, don't pin this on me. I'm the one who got deceived here. Ignoring you is completely justified.
But this is way too cruel. Don't you care about how I feel at all? Do you have any idea how much money I've spent on you? You can't just run away from me. You need to take responsibility.
Are you talking about all the times you paid for our dinner? I always offered to split the bill, but you insisted on paying yourself.
It's not just that. I hired actors to meet you, bought brand name clothes, high-end watches, luxury shoes, and even rented expensive cars every time we went out.
All of that was just part of your scam to trick me into marrying you. Don't act like it was for my benefit. It's ridiculous.
It wasn't a scam. I genuinely wanted to marry you. I was just scared you'd leave me, so I tried to make myself look better. Don't blow this out of proportion.
Okay, but out of curiosity, I get the clothes and accessories, but how did you manage to get those luxury cars? You used a different car every time.
I used a service to rent high-end cars. I made sure to switch it up so you wouldn't notice. Sure, it was expensive, but that's how hard I tried for you. If you're going to leave me, you should at least pay me back for all the money I spent.
Wow, I'm honestly speechless. You deceived me, and now you're demanding I repay the money you spent lying to me? And showing up at my workplace? That's beyond inappropriate. Honestly, your behavior is just disturbing at this point.
I only came to your office because you wouldn't respond. It's not like I wanted to do it. I've done so much for you, and now you're betraying me. I can't accept that.
And doing so much for me means lying and tricking me. True devotion is being honest and treating someone with respect. Blaming the victim of your lies is completely out of line.
Oh, shut up. If you don't marry me, I'll show up at your office again.
Oh, really? So you're threatening me now. Alright then, I'll call the police.
Wait, the police?
Yep, I'm done with you. No more mercy. I'll even consider hiring a lawyer and filing a civil lawsuit.
No, wait.
Yes?
I'm sorry, I went too far. I just got carried away. Please, forgive me. I promise I'll never go to your office again. Just don't call the police.
Nope, can't do.
Please, if I get arrested, what will happen to my parents? They didn't do anything wrong. I'm begging you, have some mercy.
That's not my concern. I've never even met your real parents.
I'm truly sorry. I'm reflecting on everything and I sincerely apologize. Can you give me one last chance? I don't want to lose you. The only reason I didn't tell you the truth earlier was because I was terrified you'd leave me. Right now, I feel like I'm standing on the edge of a cliff. Below me is a deep drop. Above me is an empty sky. You were the only rope keeping me safe. But now you're letting go. And once that rope snaps, I'm done for. Ellie, please reconsider. I'm begging for your kindness.
That metaphor is neither moving nor effective. It's honestly just ridiculous. Too bad, Toby. I don't have the energy to deal with you anymore.
Why? I'm trying so hard to show you I'm sincere. But why are you being so cold?
Cold? No, that's not it. You lost my trust when you lied to me. This isn't me being cold. It's just me facing reality.
But we even applied for a marriage license. What changed?
Remember when we visited the grave and the tree fell? I realized that wasn't just a coincidence. I'm certain it was a message from my parents. Wake up. This man will never make you happy.
You seriously believe that nonsense?
Maybe it's nonsense, but deep down, I'd already felt something was off. When your words and actions didn't match, the warning from them made everything clear.
Ellie, please. I'll change. I swear I'll change. Just give me another chance.
Sorry, it's too late. No matter how much you try to change, my trust in you is completely gone. What I want is a relationship built on mutual trust. I can't imagine a marriage without it.
Oh, come on.
Don't come on me. You never truly valued me, and that gave me my answer.
But I'm telling you, I'll be different from now on.
Will you really? If you want people to believe you, don't just say it. Prove it with your actions. Maybe someday someone else will trust you, but I'm done. I completely cut ties with Toby when I told him that if he kept showing up at my office or making unreasonable demands, I'd report him to the police. All contact from him stopped immediately. It turns out he really was a coward. As for what happened to him afterward, his lie-filled life inevitably fell apart. He ended up being tied down by his parents' caregiving needs and couldn't even afford to work outside the home. At first, he tried doing some home-based work, but it was nowhere near enough to cover his debt repayments. Eventually, loan sharks started coming to his house every day to demand payment. According to his neighbors, he's now living in fear of those debt collectors, and they say he sometimes smashes things in the house or screams uncontrollably. It's hard to imagine he's living anything close to a normal life anymore. When I think about how I could have been stuck sharing the burden of his debt and caregiving if we'd gotten married, I feel chills. But looking back, I believe it was the incident at the cemetery that brought everything to light. That falling tree must have been my parents' way of telling me, stay away from this man. Now, I'm nothing but grateful for their guidance and protection. I believe that my life, even after being caught up in such a mess, will only get better from here.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.